What's the best way to release an EP for indie artists? Hey everybody, Ben with Sound Ballistics checking in. Last time I talked about singles, so this time I'm going to talk about EPs. Okay, so you're releasing an EP. There was a traditional method of releasing one single and then 4 to 6 weeks later releasing the rest of the EP, right? The whole bundled EP. So one of the things that's been floating around for a while now that I've seen work quite well for indie artists is to do a waterfall release on an EP. And the way a waterfall release is that you release the first single off an EP, then 4 weeks later or so, you release the next single, but you bundle the first single you release to it to the second single. So when you basically go to that release, when you stream it, it will then automatically go into the second or the first single that you now have second, so to speak. And you do that for the third one as well. You release a third single off the EP and bundle the first two songs onto that third single. And then with the fourth single, if you have a 4-song EP, then you release all of them bundled together as an EP. And the reason this is good and helpful is because you get, so you know how often when you're streaming a song and then from that song you'll just stop because you're kind of whatever, you might be driving or just going about your day, washing dishes, whatever it is you're doing, and you just kind of run into the next song, right? And the next song and so on. So it's a unique way and a good way of giving your first release or your second release, if you're now on your third one, so to speak, sorry, it's getting a little complicated here, additional streams and another chance for somebody to discover that previous release single, right? If they didn't catch your first single off that EP, then they might have caught your second one, but then it will still run them straight into the initial single of the EP, if that makes sense. Now, the key here is that when you do the bundling, whenever you're doubling up on a song, so to speak, you use the same ISRC code. So the streams still all count towards that same song. That's how a waterfall release works. If you have any questions about it, I hope I did it justice in explaining it. I know with the first and second and third it gets a little complicated, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, DM me. I'm happy to help. See you next time.